Hello children, in today's session, let's start with a new lesson, When the Earth Shook. From the title of the lesson itself, it is clear that it is talking about earthquakes. So, we know earthquakes are natural calamities, storm, hurricane, tornado, earthquakes, flood, these are all natural calamities, wildfire, all these things are natural calamities. Here you can see the picture where the surface of the earth is divided into 7 plates. 7 larger plates and so many smaller plates. Plate tectonic theory vechitana earthquakes explain cheyyunnathu. So you can see, usually natural calamities ee boundaries lana occur cheyyar. Earthquakes occur cheyyunnathu ee plate inde boundaries lana earthquakes occur cheyyar. Ini earthquakes occur cheyanalla reason endanu cheyyinal idipo plate boundary aayittu consider cheyanannundengil this is called a fault. Okay, adayithu you can see a difference in the structure of the land. So either they converge each other എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാല് ഒന്ന് വേറൊന്നിന്റെ അടുത്തേക്ക് മൂവ് ചെയ്ത് വരിക. They keep constantly moving. The plates on the surface of the earth keeps constantly moving. So അങ്ങനെ മൂവ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ either they move towards each other, which is called a convergent movement, or they move apart from each other, which is called a divergent movement, or they move across each other. They move into each other, they move away from each other, they move across each other. So all these things, a constant movement കാരണം earthന്റെ surfaceല് ഒരു pressure ഉണ്ട്. So as mentioned, ഇതിനെ നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നത് faults എന്നാണ്. Sudden release of energy. അപ്പം ഒരു threshold എത്തിക്കഴിഞ്ഞ് കഴിഞ്ഞാല് ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ലെവൽ എത്തിക്കഴിഞ്ഞ് കഴിഞ്ഞാല് ഇതിന്റെ earthന്റെ crustന്റെ അടിയില് form ചെയ്ത energy it releases through the surface of the earth. That is when we feel earthquakes. Okay, ഏകദേശം ഒരു ഐഡിയ കിട്ടിയിട്ടുണ്ടാവും എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കുന്നു. അതായത് earthന്റെ surface, which is called the lithosphere, is divided into different plates. 7 larger plates, കുറെ smaller plates ഉണ്ട്. These plates keep moving very slowly. നമ്മൾ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത് പോലെ പെട്ടെന്ന് മൂവ് ചെയ്യല, വെരി സ്ലോ മൂവ്മെന്റ് നടന്നുകൊണ്ടേയിരിക്കും. അപ്പൊ ഡിഫറെന്റ് ടൈപ്സ് ഓഫ് മൂവ്മെന്റ്സ് എന്താന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ either they move towards each other, they move away from each other, or they move across each other. എങ്ങനെ മൂവ് ചെയ്താലും a pressure is built up. So sudden release of pressure earthന്റെ സർഫസിൽ കൂടി നടക്കുമ്പോൾ ഈ ഫോൾട്ടിൽ കൂടെ സഡൻ റിലീസ് ഓഫ് പ്രഷർ വരും. എർത്തിന്റെ ക്രസ്റ്റില് ഫോം ചെയ്യണ എർത്തിന്റെ ക്രസ്റ്റിന്റെ ഉള്ളിൽ ഫോം ചെയ്യണ പ്രഷർ സഡൻ ആയിട്ട് എർത്ത് സർഫസിൽ കൂടെ റിലീസ് ആവും. അതാണ് നമ്മൾ earthquake ആയിട്ട് എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ചെയ്യണത്. സോ ഐ ഹോപ്പ് earthquake എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഉണ്ടാവുന്നതെന്ന് you've got a small idea. It usually happens, നേരത്തെ ആ പ്ലേറ്റ്സ് കാണിച്ചെന്നില്ലേ, ഈ പ്ലേറ്റ് ബൗണ്ടറീസിലാണ് യൂഷ്വലി earthquakes occur here. So let us see what happened in Jasma's life when an earthquake occurred in the place where she lived. നിങ്ങൾ കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോന്ന് അറിയില്ല. This happened in Gujarat. ഗുജറാത്തില് ഒരു ഭുജ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ സ്ഥലത്താണ് ഈ earthquake occur ചെയ്തത്. In fact, so many people, around 13 to 30,000, ഇതിന്റെ ഇടയിൽ ഉള്ള ആൾക്കാര് have lost their lives. Around 3,40,000 houses were lost. So ഇത്രയും ഹൗസസും ലൈഫ്സും ലോസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്തു എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത് കൂടാണ്ടുള്ള ബാക്കിയുള്ള ലോസസ് എത്രയായിരിക്കുന്നു you can imagine. It was such a devastating earthquake that it took years and years for Gujarat to come back to its present state. Yeah? When the earth shook, a bad dream, help, help, save me, ah, oh. They were screaming and shouting everywhere. The ground was shaking and people were running all around. Screaming loudly, I got up. On hearing me, my mother also woke up. She came running and held me tight. It was the same bad dream. It had been more than 6 years now since the earthquake, but in my sleep, I still feel the earth shaking and trembling. So from this incident itself, you can imagine how ഇത്ര ബാഡ് ഇഫക്റ്റ് ആണ് അത് ആ കുട്ടിയുടെ മൈൻഡിലേക്ക് ഉണ്ടാക്കിയിരിക്കുന്നത് എന്നുള്ളത് ഇല്ലേ. ഇറ്റ് വാസ് almost 6 years before that this natural calamity had occurred, but still in her sleep she was getting bad dreams. I am Jasma. I live in the Kutch area of Gujarat. I was 11 years old when there was an earthquake. It was January 26, 2001. Everyone from the village, children and old people, had gathered in the ground of the school to watch the parade on TV. Republic Day parade കാണാൻ എല്ലാവരും അസംബിൾ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. Suddenly the ground was shaking. People were scared and started running here and there. No one knew what was happening and what to do. There was total panic. So you can imagine the scene. അല്ലേ, പെട്ടെന്ന് earthquake വന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താ ചെയ്യുക? Nobody knows what to do. So definitely people start panicking. അല്ലേ, they start running in different directions. Then in a few minutes our village was flat on the ground. All our things, clothes, pots, grains and food were trapped under the stone, mud and wood from the fallen houses. At that time everyone thought of two things: to save the people who were trapped and to treat the injured. That is the first thought that comes to everyone's mind when there is a natural calamity. Like ipo pettanna oru fire vannu kayinjal, the first thought comes to our mind is even before putting out the fire, the first thought that comes to our mind is, are there any people inside the house? How do we save the people inside the house? Alle adyam nammal adinagathu, of course we start trying to put off the fire, but we tried also at the same time we try to understand, are there people trapped inside the building? So and we try to save the people first, and then അതിനുശേഷം മാത്രമേ നമ്മൾ ഹൗസ് എങ്ങനെ സേവ് ചെയ്യണം എന്നുള്ളത്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിന്റെ ഉള്ളിലുള്ള സാധനങ്ങളെ പറ്റിയിട്ട് ആലോചിക്കുള്ളൂ അല്ലേ. ഫസ്റ്റ് തോട്ട് ദാറ്റ് കംസ് ടു യുവർ മൈൻഡ് ഇസ് നമ്പർ ഓഫ് പീപ്പിൾ. സോ that was what even they were doing to save the people who were trapped and to treat the injured. The village hospital was also damaged. Many people were seriously injured. My leg also got fractured. The doctor treated people with the help of the villagers. So, but we know at times of natural calamities, everyone come together and try to help each other. 6 people of our village died. My grandfather was also buried under the houses. My mother wept all the time. Seeing my mother, I also cried. The entire village was sad and disturbed. Definitely they'll be disturbed because many people would have lost their loved ones. They would have lost their property. എല്ലാ സാധനങ്ങളും നശിച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ് അല്ലേ. Your tomorrow becomes a question mark in front of your eyes. So they all were sad. She had lost her grandfather. So everybody would have lost something when a natural calamity of this magnitude happens. Definitely everybody will lose something or the other. House of Mota Bapu, who is the sarpanch of a village, was not much damaged. He gave rice and wheat to everyone from his godown. For many days, the village women cooked food together in Mota Bapu's house and fed everyone. Imagine being without a house in the cold winter. Fear and the cold kept us awake in the nights. All the time we were worried that there may be another earthquake. We have also experienced a flood experience. So it was really, even though many of us were not directly affected, the people who were affected are still very scared because rain വരുമ്പോൾ they are still worried whether water will enter their houses. Enter ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എന്തൊക്കെ ലോസ് ഉണ്ടാവും, എത്ര ദിവസത്തേക്കാണ് അത്. And they had to we know so many refugee camps were set up. Flood ഉണ്ടായ സമയത്ത് different many schools acted as refugee camps. Many people were shifted to refugee camps. We all sent നമ്മളെ കൊണ്ട് പറ്റുന്ന goods ഒക്കെ send ചെയ്തിട്ട് we tried to help people who were affected by floods. I don't know if you remember. So that was actually a very അത്ര വലിയ magnitude ഉള്ളതല്ലാന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിലും we know many people were affected. So imagine a small village affected by a natural calamity. And it occurred on January 26th. So winter season കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല. Winters can be very harsh in northern parts of India. നമ്മൾ അത്ര എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ചെയ്യാറില്ല. സൗത്ത് ഇന്ത്യയിൽ harsh winters നമ്മൾ എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ചെയ്യാറില്ല. But northern part of India പോയി കഴിഞ്ഞ് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ winters can be really harsh. So they were left without house ഇല്ല, dresses ഇല്ല, ഒന്നുമില്ല. But of course people were coming together to help each other. Have you or anyone that you have ever faced such difficulty? നമ്മൾ ആ ഫ്ലഡിന്റെ സിറ്റുവേഷൻ എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്തത് അതാണ് അല്ലെ. നമ്മുടെ ചുറ്റും നടന്ന സംഭവമാണ്. 2 years back we were affected by floods. So many people were affected and they were sent to refugee camps. So whatever we could do, we collected from our society. നമ്മുടെ ചുറ്റുമുള്ള ആൾക്കാരുടെ കളക്ട് ചെയ്യുക, നമ്മൾ കൊടുക്കുക, അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ ചെയ്തിട്ട് we tried to give it to people who were refugee camps കൊണ്ടേ കൊടുക്കുക, ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ NGOs കൊണ്ടേ കൊടുക്കുക, സെൽഫ് ഹെൽപ്പ് ഗ്രൂപ്പ്സിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടേ കൊടുക്കുക, അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ കൊടുത്തിട്ട് നമ്മൾ അവരെ ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ നോക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. Then government came to the rescue of such people. We know ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള സമയങ്ങളിൽ സെലിബ്രിറ്റീസ് വരാറുണ്ട് അല്ലെ. People who are known in the society, they also come forward എന്നിട്ട് they appeal to the people to help in whichever way possible. സെലിബ്രിറ്റീസ് വരണതിന്റെ എന്താന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ their reach is better. കുറെ കൂടി ആൾക്കാർ അവരെ കാണും എന്നുള്ളത് കൊണ്ടാണ് സെലിബ്രിറ്റീസ് വന്നിട്ട് ഇങ്ങനത്തെയുള്ള കോസസിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. Who all helped at such a time? Make a list. So you can find out and make a list of who all helped. Help arrived. For some days after that, people from the cities kept coming to see what had happened. They came with food, medicines and clothes. Everyone used to rush to take these things. The clothes that we got were very different. We had never worn such clothes before. People from different groups from the city helped us to put up the tents. Staying in these plastic tents in the cold winter months was very difficult. Some of these people were scientists. They tried to find out which areas have more chances of having an earthquake. People from our village talked to them many times. They had suggestions about building our houses again. Engineers and architects showed us some special design for houses. They said that with this design, houses could not get damaged much in an earthquake. But our people were a little afraid. They thought if these people built our houses, our village will not look like our old village. So the villagers thought they would build their own houses with their help. The groups would build the village school. We all worked together to rebuild our village. Some people dug and brought the clay from the pond. We mixed the clay with cow dung and made large cakes. We put these on one another to make the walls. We whitewashed the walls and decorated them with beautiful designs in small pieces of mirrors. We put up the thatched roof. Now our houses shines like a diamond in the dark night. So you can see that slowly they are coming back to life. They had lost everything. You can see how everyone together have come. ഇവിടെ സയന്റിസ്റ്റിനെയും ആർക്കിടെക്ട്സിനെയൊക്കെ പറയുന്നുണ്ട് അല്ലെ. So they were also trying to help, but we know when we build houses in a certain structure, they withstand ഇതുപോലത്തെ natural calamities കുറച്ചുകൂടി withstand ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ടെക്നോളജി ഒക്കെ ഉണ്ട്. But people are always resistant to change. So ആ ചേഞ്ച് ആണ് അവിടെ ആ ചേഞ്ച് ആക്സെപ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടാണ് അവിടെ നമ്മൾ കണ്ടത്. So slowly they were coming to normal and they got help from many people. So the rest we'll see in the next class, children. Please watch the video. In case if you have any doubts, please do post it in the stream. That's all for today. Thank you and take care.